The events that brought us before this Royal Commission are for us not simply a statistic or a headline. For us, it is an empty seat at a Shabbat table. This is a child asking a parent whether it is safe to wear something identifying them as Jewish in public. For many Australian Jews, something fundamental changed last December. At the conclusion of this Royal Commission, there is a significant question before us. What kind of Australia do we choose to be? This is not only a question for Jewish Australians. A society in which hatred and extremism are allowed to grow is ultimately a threat to the character of the country itself. Australia has a choice about what it is prepared to tolerate, what it is prepared to defend, and what values it is prepared to stand up for. I know in Australia where survivors of the Holocaust came and rebuilt their lives, where Jews built synagogues and schools, raised families, and contributed to every part of national life without having to choose between being proudly Jewish and proudly Australian. That Australia has not gone. I believe it is still the Australia that the overwhelming majority of Australians want. But we should not assume it will preserve itself. Tolerance cannot mean losing the ability to distinguish between disagreement and intimidation. Freedom of speech cannot require indifference to hatred. The right to protest does not require us to accept the dehumanization of other Australians. And anti-Semitism does not become acceptable because it comes from one side of politics rather than another, or because it is expressed in language of justice, religion, resistance, or some other supposedly noble cause. Anti-Semitism must be confronted wherever it comes from. And institutions entrusted with educating, protecting, and leading Australians must have the courage to recognize this and act. Australian Jews are not asking this country to adopt different values in order to protect us. We're asking Australia to have the courage to live by its own values. Freedom, democracy, the rule of law, mutual respect, the dignity of every human being, a fair go. These values belong to all of us, and they are worth defending.